Hey, Scrappy Peeps, Suzanna here today for the Scraproom, and I am sharing with you this layout created using the Simple Stories Hello Today collection from the February Flavors of the Month kit. So I have two 3x4 photos of my daughter. We got her Bert the farting hippo. She is an NCIS fan, and we ordered him for her birthday. She actually requested him, but he didn't come in time for her birthday, and so July, it wasn't till the end of July that he arrived, and we never said anything to her because we weren't sure if he was going to arrive, but that is what these pictures are. And so I am using the cardstock, surprise, surprise, that comes with the kit this month. This is a craft cardstock, and that is going to be my background. Those of you who know my work know I typically like white cardstock. And the cool thing about this collection is that there are tons of great colors. They're bright, they're vintagey, but they're bright. And there are tons of 3x4 cards. So you know that I also design for LE Studios. So I'm used to working with pocket cards on my layouts. In fact, I do it a lot. But what was more challenging for me with this is that there were also some really awesome pattern papers on the back side of these cards. So it was a struggle for me to leave the pattern papers or leave the cards and cut into what I wanted. So I had to kind of create these blocks in my mind. Nope, no pattern paper on the other side, just the cards. Nope, no cards, just pattern paper. And so the challenge was to incorporate the cards into this layout with the pattern paper and be able to use all of the designs that I wanted. So you can see I cut out those succulents from the 3x4 card, and now I'm cutting out this lovely giant label as well to add some embellishments to the page. So I design with the kit as well as the pattern paper add-on and the embellishment add-on. And even though there are plenty of embellishments and all of that, I love that I can get additional embellishments by fussy cutting things. So I have decided that I'm going to do a split page. So I'm going to have sort of a top header that'll just be on one edge of the page. And then I'm going to have my photos and the journaling at the bottom of the page, and then have that nice white space in between. So you can see how I've cut that floral paper there to sort of wallpaper the bottom that I intend for that to be 2/3 of the page, and I'm actually going to change that. So I usually print my photos with a white border, but for some reason I didn't on these, and they really need that white border. So I'm just going to back them with white cardstock, and that's going to give me that white border. And I like the way that the crispness of the white contrasts with the cream or the ivory of the cardstocks that are here. So you can see there, that's where I switch out. I just use the top third that I had originally cut. And I don't know why I use this multicolored strip. I love it. And I love the way that it pops the floral paper, but you'll see, and I'll actually point out later on as I'm designing, like, why did I bother with that colored strip? Because I'm going to cover most of it up. So this is some thermo web. I wanted a little bit of sparkle. When you are working with these sort of vintagey, ivory based collections, I like a little bit of sparkle, which just sort of brightens things up a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is ThermoWeb has some new toner sheets, and this is actually a slimline card, and I'm just going to cover that with the aqua that matches the pattern paper that I'm using to back these photos, and that is going to give me, A, it's going to have a darker shade of that craft cardstock that I'm using, and B, it's going to give me that sparkle that I'm looking for to just sort of perk things up a little bit. So I used the selvage strips to create the header. You saw earlier I had them on the right hand side of the page, and I'm going to shift everything over to the left hand side of the page. And the reason I shift that header over to the left hand side is because that creates a diagonal line from the top left over to the bottom right where my photos are going to be, and that guides your eye through the important and main elements of the page. I am going to nestle my title up here in the left, and I am going to point out a mistake that I have made, and she's very upset with me. You know, it's Bert the farting hippo, which, pardon my language, sounds better if it's Bart, right? Bart, fart. They rhyme. So I don't know why I had even written it down that it was Bert, but I put down Bart, and I actually end up stitching through those letters. Those letters are from my stash. They are from Pink Fresh Studio. They weren't sticking very well, and so I decided also to give some texture to the layout that I would stitch through those. And so the title says Hello Bart, and it should say Hello Bert. So apologies to Bert the farting hippo, who has now been renamed Bart. So I've committed to all of those layers there for the most part. And now I'm looking for the letters that I want to use for the stuffed animal's name that I spell wrong. And the letter stickers, so I've decided to go with that similar shade of that aqua, again just to pull some aqua into the top. There isn't a lot that's there yet. I have that very bold red and aqua 07 for the month of July card, and then I have that very bold aqua behind the photo which pops her, and then actually the red pops his red mouth. So I want to get a little bit of aqua up the top there as well as a pop of red. It is in that stripe, but I want it to be somewhere outside of that stripe as well, to just tie that top left into the bottom right there. So I have the sticker that's going to pull in the red. You can see the yellow is already in hello, and then I have the aqua in Bart or Bert, and that just ties it all together nicely. I will let you know that those foam stickers don't come up very smoothly as long as they are. They kind of leave folds in them, so if you do place them, make sure you've placed them where you want to. So what I'm looking for now is I want a little bit more color too. I don't have that yellow. There we go. And so I cut that journal card there just for that pop of color that sort of pulls everything together and creates a defined border. That documented card, while it's great for journaling and it has that pop of red in it, sort of just melded into that floral paper, and I wanted something that delineates that. I cut out what gets covered just in case I want to do little die cuts or something and to extend the life of my kits. So you can see I've bumped that all the way over to the right hand side, and then I'm now going to adhere everything that I have committed to, and that ends up really being the bulk of the page. That is the Fussy Cut 3x4 card. While the succulents have nothing to do with this page, she really loves her succulents and her cacti, and so it's something that is relevant to my daughter, which is why I went ahead and used that. In fact, as I was scrapping, she was like, "Ooh, I like that." So definitely very speaks to her, although maybe not relevant to the subject here. So I really liked this little strip that was left. I just so happened to find it. And so I decided that little pop of red too underneath was really nice and helped tie everything together. So because I've raised a couple of other elements, I've raised the succulents, and then I have some chipboard pieces that are also dimensional. I felt like I needed something there to create that dimension. And so that's why that is popped up on some foam, again, some thermoweb foam. So I have other elements that have come in the kit, and I want to incorporate them somehow, but I feel like in incorporating them, I'm just using them because I have them, not because they tie into the page there. I am trying to use them, but so I end up using that succulent there because it ties into the other two that I've used, and I'm going to leave it right there. And then what I'm going to do is I have ahead of time. You can see I have some of those flowers. So these are from Waffle Flower. They're flowers and matching dies that I've stamped in coordinating colors, and I just like the way that the flowers play off of the flowers that are already in the pattern paper. I could have fussy cut a few of those, but I had these in my stash and I just pulled them out because again, it pulls pops of color from the pattern papers and just supplements the kit and makes the kit go a lot longer. Not that I don't have tons of great use. I mean, I look at all of those foam letter stickers that I have there. But I will probably, what happens is when I'm done creating with the kit itself, just by itself, I then pull all of these elements into my stash and they become part of a hodgepodge of things. Again, just leaves that I have created. Those are actually just from cardstock, things that I've cut from previous layouts that end up in an off-cast bin or a to-be filed bin. There's actually a bunch of die cuts and stamped images that I just leave there and I pull from as I'm creating, and I feel that I need generic sort of things like these flowers and leaves. So a couple of those have been popped up on foam, and that is going to pretty much wrap up the layout. I am going to put in, I wanted to put in Farting Hippo, and so I will put that in with those same puffy thickers that I have for Bart / Bert, and then Hippo will be from some other stickers from my stash, and I'll stitch through that as well, and you'll see how the thread just gives a little bit of dimension to that. This is another one of the elements that came in my kit, so remember, you will get embellishments. You just don't get full sets of embellishments necessarily. You get a sampling so that you can have a flavor of the kit. And so that is going to wrap it up. If you don't know about the Scraproom, please be sure to visit the shop. And then also there is a Facebook page as well with some great challenges. The sketch is actually my sketch this month that I did based off of an Ellie's Studio layout that I did, and there's 4 pictures in the sketch, but you'll see how I interpreted that with a large photo. So enjoy the close-ups. If you have any questions about my design process or the kit club, please don't hesitate to leave them in the box down below. Thank you for stopping in today. I hope you're doing well. Take care.